Welcome to SVG-TV News for Tuesday, July 26, 2016. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. The St. Vincent Electricity Services VINLEC continues in its efforts to rehabilitate its hydroelectricity facilities at its Richmond and South Rivers locations. Both stations have been operational for over 50 years and more so sustained damage from numerous natural disasters, most recently the 2013 Christmas floods. SVG-TV's Nikita Tony has more in this report.
As the company's largest engineering undertaking without a major external consultant, the St. Vincent Electricity Services VINLEC's ongoing hydro project is estimated to cost between 16 to 17 million EC dollars upon completion. Engineering manager Dr. Vaughn Lewis noted that the complete refurbishment of the Richmond and South Rivers hydro plants, as well as pipeline facilities, was to ensure that future generations can benefit from efficient hydropower operations. He outlined that while work on the Richmond plant is finished, work on the South Rivers location is extensive, as it includes the construction of a new switchgear station and equipment, as well as other office buildings.
We have completed the refurbishment of the Richmond pipeline, voltage regulators, the controls. So the power station now operates in a very modern power station, even though the base still goes back to the 1960s. We can run and we do eventually intend to run the power station remotely. We are replacing the high-pressure pipeline, the entire high-pressure pipeline. We hope to complete this during the month of August. At the power station, we are going to do a very similar thing to Richmond in terms of the generators, but in addition to that, we have installed and have already commissioned new high-voltage switchgear to make the station more reliable and less susceptible to damage from floods in the power station.
Dr. Lewis highlighted that a new pipeline technology was utilized on the projects, which was more efficient and better suited to withstand natural disasters than the traditional pipelines.
Traditionally, we have used the wood stave technology, which used steel bands to band pieces of wood together to form a pipeline, and we have moved to a glass reinforced plastic pipeline. It gives better flow characteristics and reduces the loss that you can have in the pipeline. Importantly also, we can bury the pipeline. We made a decision that we are going to bury as much of the pipeline as we can, new pipeline as much as we can, to harden them and make them more resistant to climate change events, which involved a lot of floodings, hurricanes, and so on.
Lewis further added that there are great benefits to be derived from the newly rehabilitated stations, not only for VINLEC, but the overall Vincentian public.
That Richmond is up and running and performing in the manner that we expected it to, and we expect when South Rivers is completed that it will also perform as expected. And in the case of South Rivers, we actually expect it to perform and produce more energy than it has been in the past, because there are some design errors or errors of design made a long time ago that we think we have been able to improve on, and we expect to produce more energy from South Rivers on completion of the project.
Following the completion of work at the South Rivers plant, a series of tests will be conducted ahead of the official recommissioning of the station. Nikita Tony reporting for SVG-TV News.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment is moving ahead with its initiative to recruit some 500 volunteers who will assist the ministry in its health promotion program. Speaking with the Agency for Public Information, Minister of Health, Wellness and the Environment, Luke Brown, revealed that recruitment of these volunteers will begin on August 2nd and explained the various duties they would execute.
The intention is for these volunteers to serve the public health cause and to, one, go to households and distribute, share information in brochures, leaflets, and in other forms on the mosquito and on the diseases carried by the mosquito and some of what we need to do to protect ourselves. Two, these volunteers would also be involved in helping our public health officers with household inspections so that we could see that we are in fact taking steps that would allow us to minimize the prevalence of mosquitoes and therefore the prevalence of mosquito-borne diseases. Now, we're hoping to commence this process, the process of recruitment, as soon as possible. In fact, I would like to mention here that we expect to begin recruitment as early as next week. Next week, Monday is August Monday, and the following day, August 2nd, is the day on which we're going to commence recruitment in earnest.
Minister Brong added that the recruitment process will take place for 1 week, after which they would receive training from various departments of the Ministry of Health. Brong also expressed confidence that this program will be expanded in the future as a thrust to renew primary health care.
We have a period of recruitment beginning next week, the 2nd of August, and lasting until the 5th of August, following which we're going to have a period of training under the direction of the Chief Environmental Health Officer, and that will be in the following week from the 8th of August until the 12th of August, and then after that these volunteers would be deployed into the field where they will more or less move from house to house and present the information on Zika and other general information which will be for the public benefit. And we expect that the first phase of the work that we're hoping to do will be concluded by the end of this month. Of course, there are other things that we hope to do after this fact. We hope to expand this campaign to blossom into a full-scale renewal of primary health care in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
The minister noted that no Vincentian would be denied the opportunity to serve as a volunteer, as persons across all sectors are welcome.
As long as you have attained 15 years, we could have volunteers from the YES program, SET program workers. We could have volunteers from among the job seekers. We could have volunteers from community organizations and groups and clubs, including sporting clubs, and community organizations, including pansides. We could have volunteers from churches. We could have volunteers who are retirees. So there's really no group of Vincentians that will be left out from the opportunity or would be denied the opportunity to volunteer themselves for service in this way.
Press Secretary to the Prime Minister Hans King is stating that there are consequences to defamatory remarks made against others. Speaking on Monday's Shake Up Radio program, King said the thought of persons developing hatred for Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves and his family and wishing them harm is absurd. King's passionate remarks came on the heels of the arrest of US-based Calypsonian Paul Imad Scrub, who was arrested after charges of threats and sedition on the Prime Minister and his family were laid against him. King said while he famously criticized the opposition party regularly, he dare not go beyond that point.
Stop buying him Eustace and call him all kind of idiot and all kind of dotish. Me hate on him Eustace. I certainly don't hate his family. In fact, I think he has a wonderful daughter. But I'm a married man. I love my wife. But I don't hate Mia Eustace or I hate Jennifer or I hate Adam. I hate none of them. I don't have a cause to hate them. I may hate Adam Eustace's lying ways and the fact that he's such a dangerous liar and that he's so stuck on misinforming and misleading those who support him rather than educating them. I may hate those things, but I have no reason to hate Adam Eustace as a man, as a human being, as an individual, and I have no reason to hate Mayor Eustace or Jennifer Eustace or none of them.
King further stressed that Scrub's charges should be a warning to others living here and abroad who have intentions of making harmful remarks.
But these things done by people like Paul Scrub and so on, allegedly. So says his lawyer Zita Barnwell, allegedly. So that it will take about 3 months. Height of stupidity. You know, you think because you live in the United States of America, you could make all these kind of statements. That you're untouchable. Well, it has been proven now you're not.
When Scrub appeared before Chief Magistrate Ration Brown, He was not allowed to plead to the charges as they were indictable. His bail was set in the sum of $25,000 with one surety, and he was ordered to surrender all travel documents, preventing him from leaving the state without the express permission of the court. Scrub is to report to the Calico police station between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays. October 31st, 2016 is the date set for the preliminary inquiry. Proper procedure must be followed at all times when dealing with legal matters. This was a comment made by veteran lawyer Campbell on his program The Law and You, which aired last night on SVG television. According to Campbell, Justice Perletta Land's ruling on the matter was based on the failure of those concerned to observe proper procedure following their expulsion of the student.
So what the judge ruled in that case is that meetings were held, decisions were taken, but no adequate notice was given to the student or those responsible for her of those meetings. They were not involved in the decision. They didn't have a proper opportunity to make their case. And the law is clear on that point. Persons against whom disciplinary measures are proposed or contemplated must be given an opportunity to be heard. The right to a fair hearing is a fundamental part of due process.
Campbell, however, made it clear that in other circumstances, some cases allow for departure from procedure based on the nature and circumstances of the issue, but pointed out that cases such as the recently held election petitions are examples where a failure to observe procedure resulted in one's case being nullified.
Proper procedure must be followed. Otherwise, what happens by following improper procedures can be nullified. As in the case of Mr. Mitchell, as in the case of the first ruling in the preliminary matter in the election petitions, which of course is on appeal, and we don't know what the Court of Appeal would say. We have to wait and see. But in the case of the student expelled from St. Joseph's Convent, now of course that judgment is very fresh, and we do not know if there will be an appeal from the judgment. But for the time being, the three cases, Mr. Mitchell, the election petitions, and the St. Joseph's case, illustrate the importance of following proper procedures.
A festival and march are scheduled for Emancipation Day this year under the theme Celebrate Deliverance, Repair the Damage. The 1 mile march on August 1st will begin at 3 p.m. from Argyle and conclude with a festival at the finishing point, which will feature addresses on emancipation, entertainment, reflection, and appreciation. Oscar Allen, chairman of the People's Movement for Change, in speaking on the event said that emancipation appreciation is needed as many Vincentians are forgetting about their history and roots. He stated that the nation needs to be united and continue to celebrate Emancipation Day.
On Emancipation Day, we are having a march and a rally under the theme Celebrate Deliverance, Repair the Damage. We want to bring Vincentians together to remember where we have come from, the atrocities that our foreparents suffered, and our journey from there to now and into the future. That's why we say repair the damage, because we are a damaged people. You know, we see things, but we don't remember what they are, what our part in them was. It's very important to remember. Collective memory helps you to chart your path forward. And let's come together as a nation and as a people to do this. Because from emancipation, Indians arrived. From emancipation, the Portuguese Madeirans arrived. So emancipation is something that brought us all together. So let's come together for that day.
And speaking about emancipation, the UWI Open Campus, in conjunction with Legalese SVG, will be having a lecture entitled The Grenada Revolution, the Insights and Lessons for Small Island States. The featured speaker, Joseph Ewart Lane, a Grenadian, will share his first-hand experience on the making and impacts of the Grenada Revolution on Grenada and the region.
As we lead up to Emancipation Day celebrations, not just here in St. Vincent, but throughout the Caribbean and the globe. Of course, the Open Campus has been having activities for the last few years on the week leading up to August 1st or shortly thereafter. This year we are having a lecture entitled The Grenada Revolution, Insights and Lessons for Small Island States. The lecture seeks to sort of make the connection between what this tiny island in the Caribbean, our sister island, Grenada, was trying to do in the 70s and the 80s, and which culminated in 1979, the revolution. We are trying to make that, he will try to make the connection between that and the general broader emancipation project in the region.
Lane will also take the opportunity to launch his book, We Move Tonight, which is based on his personal experience during the Grenada Revolution.
We will also have a book launch. He's written a book called We Move Tonight, The Makings of the Grenada Revolution. That book will be on sale, and he will be signing for copies for persons who would wish to purchase the book. We Move Tonight, The Makings of the Grenada Revolution is his personal experience, his early engagements, and then his eventual activities leading up to March 13th, 1979 and beyond.
The general public is invited to attend what is expected to be a very enlightening presentation. As a way of motivating young people to rise above their situations and to find a way to reach the standard God wants them to reach, Jamil Providence, a Seventh-day Adventist youth activist in collaboration with the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Adventist community, is hosting a conference dubbed the Complete Youth Conference. Participants will be engaged in discussions regarding career guidance, money management, and worship based on topics presented by persons with the knowledge and experience in topic areas. Speaking with SVG-TV earlier today, Providence acknowledged the importance of something like this for today's generation.
The reason why I actually came with the idea of doing this thing is because after I came back from school here, I'm actually on vacation from school, and I realized the state in which our young persons are in. There are many persons who are unemployed, and they're not motivated to rise above the unemployment state to go and seek, not only because we know the financial situation here, but to develop themselves. So I want to create an avenue whereby young persons can learn ways to move from the state which they are and to identify where they want to go and take the necessary steps to get to that point where they want to go and in fact where they should be, because I don't believe, despite of whatever challenges that we are facing, I still believe in being optimistic and being positive, thinking positively. And even though you may not get what you want now in life, but there are steps to take to get where you want to be.
He's inviting persons to be part of the conference, which will be held at the Thomas Saunders Secondary School on the 8th and the 9th of August, 2016.
I just want to invite all parents, all young persons, parents, your children needs to be a part of this. It's summertime, we are home on vacation from school, and it's a place where I think your children should be, because they're going to get benefits from this. Come out, learn, meet people, meet young persons alike, see how young persons have risen from a state of poverty, deep poverty, and into a state where they want to be. come and be motivated, come and be encouraged, come and receive spiritual blessing, spiritual food and guidance from young persons alike. Young people, I think that we need to help each other, and we want to create an avenue to help you. This is something for you, the public, you, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you young people. I just want to help you. So if you need help for yourself, this is an opportunity for you to get help.
Chairman of SVG Young Professionals Association, Keisha Shallow, attended a Youth Diplomatic Forum in London, the UK, which was held from the 11th to the 15th July 2016. The forum facilitated international delegates from Africa, Australia, France, Italy, New Zealand, Portugal, Russia, and representatives from the Caribbean, among others. The Global Youth Diplomatic Forum was initiated for young aspiring diplomats to foster their understanding of diplomacy in the 21st century. The forum included presentations from political analysts from World Established Media Corporation, BBC, presentations from British diplomats on foreign policies at the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, and interactive discussion with Secretary General Her Excellency Patricia Scotland at the Commonwealth Secretariat. The participants were also engaged in a live debate at the House of Parliament on the topical Brexit. Another key component of the forum was on digital diplomacy, particularly on the advances of social media, which was hosted at Facebook Europe headquarters in central London.